My name is Martin and I have been studying charisma and communication skills for 4 years straight, and in today's video I will show you exactly how you can become the best speaker in every single room. By the way, ignore my destroyed nose. I got into a fight with a squirrel, but doesn't matter now because I won that fight. She didn't expect it that. So let's go. Let's move to the start of your speech. When you are in a group of people, it is infinitely harder for us to speak with a very strong voice. Why? Because when there is a huge crowd of people, there is a much higher probability that we are gonna get interrupted and that someone is not gonna listen to us. That's why when we first start our speech, we need to start with a huge, big, fat claim. Something so absurd that is just gonna hook everyone's attention. You have probably seen this on YouTube, on the shorts, everywhere. People just say this one sentence that instantly makes you feel like, whoa, I want to hear more about that. And that is this big fat claim, as I like to call it, this right here. A great example of a big fat claim is something like, in today's speech, I'm gonna tell you something so insane that your life is gonna be changed forever. And if you say this one sentence at the beginning of every single thing that you say, you are gonna become extremely memorable. Yes, I'm not saying that you should now go and in one-on-one conversation with someone be like, I'm gonna tell you something. No, that's way too much. But if you have a group of people, for example, when I am teaching someone something, I need to hook them. I need to tell them why this matters. So for example, when I was one time teaching 3 of my friends, I pulled up a whiteboard in front of them and I started writing, this is such a good knowledge that you're gonna remember this for years to come and it's about to save you hours of your life. Imagine how powerful that is. If you say a bold, confident statement like this, they're gonna listen to you immediately. So that is the first thing. Second thing, in the middle, you need to keep on rehooking people. You need to keep telling them why this thing matters. And you do that by alternating with your voice like this. Most people, when they are speaking, they are like robots. They are like, hello guys, in today's video I will show you my very important presentation on how you can become extremely charismatic. So the first step is, and you are already tuned out. You don't want to listen to me because I have already spoken in this very, I'm a professional person. This is my presentation. You are already tuning out of your mind because you are thinking to yourself, is this guy gonna be speaking like this throughout this entire video? And you have also probably said this to someone. You have been on a audience and there was the speaker on the stage, and when the speaker ended, you thought to yourself, bruh, like, I have spent 1 hour with this dude right here. And his speech was so boring, I almost fallen asleep. So that's why whenever you will be presenting something, doesn't matter what it is, use the vocal variety, play with your voice. It's finally time that someone comes here and will actually tell you, you have permission to be creative. You can be so great with your voice if you just play with it. If you will just go up and down, does not matter what you will do. The most important thing is to just have fun with it. I would like to give you some more practical tips, like use your volume up and down, use your rate of speech and talk fast and then talk slow, for example. But you need to now just have everything simple. And the simplest mindset I can give to you, to not overwhelm you with information, is to just you to speak like you are on a playground. You are having fun. You're going on this swing right here. You are going with your voice like this. Then you are going on the slide zoom, like this. You need to think of speaking as a fun game, as you are just here to have fun. That is the mindset of the best speakers. They always and always just think, how can I make this the most fun as possible? And you'll be surprised how much that mindset works. And doesn't matter what you will explain, you need to remember one thing. This is more tactical, by the way. Bonus value, guys. If you will go right here, you see this point right here where you will be so slow and you will talk in this very slow manner. That is when I want you to say some very important information. For example, if I start talking about You need to drink water because if you don't, you will die. You see that change in that voice. First, I went, you need to drink water, and then I went down. And because I went down, now I magically was somehow more influential. And the message stuck in your mind more. Why? Because I have changed the pace. I was on this, but suddenly something changed. And when something changes, our human psychology has a natural tendency to pay attention. And that's what we need to use when we will be speaking about something very important. So, a very simple tactic that you can do is to skip over non-important details and go a little bit faster. But when you get to the smart, to the most important part, slow down. And after you slow down your rate of speech and let there be a pause. Just like this. And then people are gonna remember your message 10 times more. And now, finally, the end. Most people, when they end their speech, people already forgot literally everything they have just said. Everything, they have forgotten everything and nobody cares. Nobody cares. That's why the best communicators, what they will always do is that at the end, they will recap everything. These are supposed to be arrows, by the way. They will recap everything, completely everything. So what they will do is that they will say a 3 sentence, they will say 3 sentences. And these 3 sentences can go like, today we have learned how we can improve our marketing strategy. Then we also learn why you should drink more water so you will not die. And finally, we have learned how to save children from Africa. Very simple. Whatever your presentation is about, you can use it. Doesn't matter what it is. And at the end, recap everything. Because people already forgotten your first point. Imagine that you have a presentation and you have a 30-minute presentation, let's say. Your first point will take you 10 minutes, your second point will take you 10, and the last one will take you 10. From the first to the third point, 20 minutes have passed. 20. And do you think people at the end remember this point more or this point more? Of course this one, because this one has been more recent. But at the end, if you recap everything, you recap the entire presentation in just a few sentences, you will be 10 times more influential. Because then actually people will remember, oh yeah, he actually talked about saving children from Africa. Wow, that's crazy. I now just remembered. It's just so stupid how our human brain forgets a lot of times. So that is my simple framework, how you can become 10 times more charismatic and become a 10 times better speaker. And just a quick side point, if you want to work with me on your charisma and communication skills, then just click the first link in the description. If you want to become the most charismatic version of yourself, literally in every single room that you will ever enter, just buy here for $9 per month and you can work with me, and also you can join a full community of people who are just like you, who want to improve their charisma and communication skills. So if you are interested in that, click the first link in the description and I will see you right there. And if you want to know how to have infinite conversations in just 7 minutes, then just click this video right here. Live a happy life.